All right. So what we're going to do today is that we're going to make a quick batch of Lactobacillus rhodori. Remember, that's the one of our signature species that fights obesity, increases empathy. It does a lot of things. It smooths the skin. We're going to see how rapidly we can make it. So we got three ingredients and three ingredients only. We have the Lactobacillus rhodori. This is a blend. It's called Biogaia, and basically I'm going to show you what it actually looks like. All right, and what I did was we take the tablets, and they're in the tablets form. Okay, so you take 10 of these, and I've already done this part of it, so it's not going to take as long. You take 10 of these, and I put them in my little medicine cup that I then use. This little thing, for the pharmacists use this all the time, and it smashes or crushes the pills. All right, so now I have a nice powder. Okay, so then I take this powder and I'm going to add it here as well. But the three ingredients are the half and half. Now this is going to be a special one. This is half and half vanilla. So people who don't like the tart taste of just the plain half and half, the half and half with vanilla, it has a little bit more carbohydrates. It has 4 grams of carbohydrates as opposed to 1 gram with the regular half and half. But that's okay, because what that carbohydrate, the bacteria will eat up during the fermentation process. So if you want a little bit sweeter taste and not so much the tartness, we're going to try getting the real milk and cream of any type, and as long as it's basically vanilla or something like that, okay? So we're going to use that one. That's number one. Okay, that's number one. And then the food for the bacteria. Now remember, this is going to be the bacteria, all right? This is the Lactobacillus rhodori. It's a blend strain, and we'll put it into the notes what the strain is, because that's important, because we're again trying to get an effect. There are several Lactobacillus rhodori out there, but the strain is important, okay? And this is the food, the inulin, the fiber. This is soluble fiber. We're going to put a couple of tablespoons of that in there. So again, just 3 ingredients: the milk or the cream, the food for the bacteria, and the bacteria itself, okay? So let's get started. I'm going to put this in my bowl here. This is the food, this is the bacteria, I'm sorry. This is the bacteria first. I'm going to pour this in there. And this is still in powder form. And what that is this is just freeze-dried bacteria. I'm going to brush it all out, get all of it out. This is simply freeze-dried bacteria. Okay, so this is Lactobacillus rhodori, DSM 1798, and ATCC, PTA. It has a bunch of other numbers behind it, but those are the strains that we need. So again, this is the bacteria. This is the actual bacteria itself. Okay, freeze dried. It's not active yet, so it's just laying dormant. It won't become activated until I add the cream. Once you add moisture, cream or water or whatever, then that unfreezes it, and the bacteria become alive. Then they're going to be hungry. So we got to give them some food right away, so they won't be screaming at me. So I'm going to give them 2 tablespoons of inulin. So just take 2 tablespoons, regular tablespoons of this. This is 1. A full tablespoon. 2. That's it for the inulin. That's the food. And so it's not active yet, right? It's still freeze-dried, and I put the food in there, okay? And then the thing we're going to do now is put a quart of the cream in there. But first, I want to make a little bit of a slurry. So I'm going to make a slurry of this and then add this into the whole quart. So I'm just going to add a little bit. This is room temperature now, so we don't want it hot, but we want it kind of room temperature. And I'm just going to stir this up. I'm going to take a spatula and just kind of begin to stir it up, okay? And so it's making a few clumps here. The inulin is not dissolving in quite, so I'm going to add just a little bit more. So you usually want to add about tablespoon or 2 of the milk. I just kind of see how it goes because I don't want it too liquidy. And so you can see that it has a nice little even consistency and a nice slurry. So I'm going to pour all this into the quart of milk that we had originally. Get all the good bacteria out because these bacteria are now active. They won't bite, but they're hungry. And so good thing we gave them some of that inulin, because that inulin is what they're going to be feeding on. Now we're going to stir this all together. And just, again, all we used was 3 ingredients. The cream, 10 tablets of the bacteria, the Lactobacillus reuteri. And let me just go ahead and tell you what it is. It's the Lactobacillus reuteri. The actual strain is ATCC PTA 6475. And then Lactobacillus reuteri DSM 17938. Okay? That's kind of important primarily because the strains do make a difference. All right? Now, what we're going to do now is to pour it into these little small cups. And then this is going to be attached to our yogurt maker. I'm going to turn the yogurt maker on. There's a button here. Turn it on. And then you can see this is the hours that are flashing. And I just go ahead and increase the hours to 36. So I'm going to do it for 36 hours. Pretty quick. And then I hit the mode button. It'll go to the minutes. Hit the mode button again. It'll go to the degrees. I push the negative button because I want it to ferment at 106. There you go. And then I push the on button again, and it's set. Simple as that. So now it's beginning to warm up, and if I put the mode button again, it's warming up for 36 hours, and it's starting the countdown. So it'll warm up. Now all I have to do is add the product. All right, so here we have it. It's nice and mixed. Very tasty. So I'm going to fill each one of these. I usually fill it up. There's 9 of these, so I'm filling up halfway. See how much we have. Perfect. So we have all 9 of these filled. Put a little plastic cap that comes with the device and put each one on. So this is about the best cooking that I can do. But I'm good at this. So very good. Here they are, nice and beautiful. I set them down into the base. The base is set there. And so here it is again. I'm going to show it to you. It looks pretty good. I'm going to put the lid on it. And we're going to wait. So that didn't take very long, and it's going to give me some great results. And so I'm going to get back with you and let you know how it tastes. But if, again, you want the tart flavor, and that's the majority of people probably do want that, but there are some people who just don't like that tartness. All that tartness is just lactic acid, and that's actually pretty good for you. But if you don't want that tiredness, if you just, oh, I can't take this stuff, I can't do this microbiome thing, we'll make it better for you. So we're just going to give you some creamer with vanilla into the creamer. Just go to the grocery store and look in that section. It's going to give you a little bit more carbohydrates. But if this is all the carbohydrates you eat during the day, 3 grams each meal, so you're still less than 20 grams per day. All your other carbohydrates are going to come in the form of fiber. And the rest of the food that you're going to be eating, along with the fiber, is protein. So you're going to be still less than 50 to 20 grams of carbohydrates per day. And it's all good carbohydrates. And then a little bit of this. The vanilla adds a little bit of sugar to it. So it's not going to be that much. Your body's going to be able to tolerate it without spiking your insulin too high. Okay, see you back shortly, okay?